Hey there, HippieClectic Hope for Gang. I've, coming back after kind of a bit. I've been extremely busy trying to get my car repaired and moving again. And I've barely scratched the surface on what the poor thing needs. So my church is planning to help me with this, but it's going to take a lot of work. In the meantime, it's been a really long time since I've chatted with you folks, so I should give you an update on things. And, as far as following Andrew Yang and his doings, he has recently, as you know, launched the Move Humanity Forward organization. So, taking money to give to candidates who are supporting UBI and helping start up businesses. There's a pilot program in New York and all sorts of just wonderful things coming about because of Andrew Yang's latest move. So I am very just surprised and delighted at what has come about. But I also feel compelled to say something on the coronavirus outbreak and the panic that has ensued since then. I've been saying it again and again, and Gamers for Yang actually gave a graphic. I don't know, the origins of the data, but, it helps to stifle panic and ease unrest when you have facts, data, and knowledge. And so I will provide the screenshot from my Twitter feed where Gamers for Yang has provided this this graphic comparing the coronavirus of this year to influenza, which overtakes us every single year, and it's much more severe and serious and much more deadly and affects far more people. Like, you will be astounded at the comparison provided here. Hold on. So, yeah, as you can see, the flu is much more dangerous than coronavirus could ever hope to be. So, all of this fear-mongering and panic-driven hoarding and attacks on Asian people and scrutiny into China it's I can't begin to say how dumb and unfounded and unreasonable it is. So y'all need to knock it off, please. That needs saying. So we need to be cautious about personal hygiene and spread of disease and germs anyway, because there are so many diseases flying around the globe. And it's so easy to contract those diseases through contact with surfaces. And, we know the hygiene rules by now. I don't need to expound on it. But we do need to focus on those hygiene rules at all times, not just because some disease originated from a country that's not the USA. know, I, in the process of being homeless here in Denver, the former owner had me selling cigarettes and gram bags of weed and etc. for him, because he can't be on the street at all times of day. So he needed somebody to fill in for him for his hustle. And in the process, you have no idea how many people would come up, hey man, got a cigarette for 35 cents. Why, sure, I would love to take your money. You can't, tell them to hit the road because, you're going to get... I was afraid of anything that might take people away from the owner's hustle. I had to, take what was given. But, just having that paranoia of what's coming around next and having substandard treatment from the local free clinics, I understand the necessity for coughing into your elbow, washing your hands frequently, washing your cooking and working surfaces, your common surfaces, your shared surfaces. I get it. Through being homeless, I've acquired a healthy case of OCD. I get it. But we don't need to do all this hullabaloo because of little old coronavirus. It's spit in the bucket compared to influenza. So, keep yourselves clean, keep yourselves safe, but seriously, look to facts, data, and knowledge before you go being afraid of the boogeyman. So, that being said, moving on. Positive developments in the custody and human rights fight. My last very brief video to YouTube, I apologize for it, really not having much to do with anything else I discuss, but I needed it as a data log, as there have been some, it's just commonplace that people are violating the handicap parking spots at my son's preschool, and so an incident of hit and run with that, I needed to make sure that that video didn't get lost or that data didn't get deleted on this phone, or as I'm having storage problems, I just wanted to make sure that that bit of footage stayed safe. So I apologize for the none of your business file, but needed doing this one time, and hopefully I'll be able to keep private, just not publicly important stuff like that off my, it's not my goal to start reporting on stuff like that. So, but I do need to say a bit of something about the custody battle and the federal case, etc. But just a minute. Sunlight just comes beaming in this west-facing window, and I had to hopefully. This is the best I could get it. I'm sorry, guys. As far as lighting goes, oh boy. So, moving on, the recent developments with this whole custody and human rights fight, for, my sons and my future, in the process of, basically, I don't even know where to begin. With the problems with my vehicle, I have a reason to shut down visitation that isn't refutable. You know, I can't take my car to the next town over for visitation and expect to, that's not gonna, I don't need to break down partway there. It's barely running. So visitation is a no-go, no matter, you know, what the other extenuating circumstances. You know, federal case and safety and history of the so-called relationship aside, I flat out can't make it there. So in the process of visitation getting shut down again, I expect backlash and repercussions to come from the former owner because of his need to show his power over us. But this last bit, I don't know who he got to make this call, but it's gotta be the funniest thing that has ever happened to me in my life. Okay, I have just had a run-in with Child Protective Services, and why am I laughing, right? You know, this is this is golden. All right. When I get this call, I'm expecting to have been reported for any manner of abuse because that would get their attention and, you know, would increase likelihood of my son being taken from me and straight up awarded to the former owner, Thomas Stetzer. So I'm expecting this. What happens when the Child Protective Service agent and I actually meet, if you would have given me, taken me out to Vegas, given me $1 million bills and 1,000,000 guesses at the bookie, I would have never come up with this one. I would have gone home broke and very disappointed in myself. This report that CPS got, apparently, you learn something new every day, and I guess I've learned this about myself, but apparently I am obsessed with alien life forms. I am completely over the moon with UFOs. I've been ranting and raving about my son's conception being of rape. Surely you know about that, you know, to the serial predator. But according to the CPS report, my rapist is an alien. So my son is, I have a half alien baby. I'm sorry, lady, but I've seen this episode of Penn and Teller's bullshit, and I'm with them on this one as not me, sister. Alien obsession. That would be dynamite in court. Your Honor, my son's father should never have custody of him. He's not a citizen of Earth. Make him show his blue card first. I'm sorry, but this is the most cockamamie. E.T. can phone home, but he can't call the free clinic. This is so dumb. So, if I'm having a bad day, I could look back on this dumbness. It don't matter what happens. I can just look back and start giggling about intergalactic herpes. I don't have, but I can laugh about this. I was never expecting that. So, I've been going this whole video trying not to start laughing because I've been saving this for the end, but I got reported to Child Protective Services for being obsessed with my alien encounter. I wear tinfoil hats to court. I embroidered this tinfoil hat myself. I don't even have tinfoil in my apartment. I got plastic wrap and parchment paper. I ain't got tinfoil. I probably should because I got a grill, but I don't. I quit. I just quit. So take it easy, y'all. You know, all Area 51 weirdness aside, the real case is actually about to get real good. With being referred to Homeland Security due to, being lured to Colorado from Wisconsin by this predator. This ain't the last time I'm going to be laughing about this case, because with Homeland Security, if they're able to get involved with this, half a year of being a guy's property after being lured here with promises, fake promises of a better life and resources that are just a little bit out of reach always, but just fake promises and BS with the intent, delivered to me with the intention of me being used to give Thomas Stetzer a child to get him on welfare, and then another, victim after me who's never going to be a survivor because, according to Thomas, she passed away on the 13th of February. It's on the Talking Parents log. So, Homeland Security has a lot to investigate here, but if they do choose to get involved, they'll already have their own tools to aid them. Because they have halo cameras outside the Denver Rescue Mission. The super surveillance ones, the ones we're afraid of it appearing in our neighborhoods, etc. These halo cameras are capable of catching almost any image or sound in the area. Homeland Security may very well be able to see every time he sold a gram of weed, every time he sold 2 joints for $5, anytime he had me selling product, including my jewelry, marijuana, cigarettes, knives, anything he had hustling, and then giving him the money. Any time he brought my son out and amongst the environment out there, any time he mistreated anyone on the basis of race, disability, being homeless. I don't know how long of, what do they call it, an archive that Homeland Security keeps on their halo cameras by the rescue mission, but they put them there for a darn good reason. And that footage, not only the involvement of Homeland Security on top of everyone else I'm working with, but they have that footage to go back on. Because most of Thomas's appearances in Denver had been near the Denver Rescue Mission. Apparently his van is still down there. So, This might end up getting deeper and even more in Aaron's in my favor. You know, finally seeing this end and seeing everything brought to light, you know, and finally making progress in that, you know, finally not being alone in all this. It's just really uplifting and enlightening. So, thanks for tuning in again to HippieClectic Hope. But, yeah. Felt I should keep you posted on all that. And of course also, you know, stay tuned to my Etsy shop as I'm getting more and more jewelry posted. You know, any sales on there would, you know, go miles to helping my son and I gain independence and, you know, not, you know, really feeling the hurt from not having a child support check and the other help that we need. So, you know, be able to gain independence, you know, and be able to raise my son, you know, post-captivity and, you know, being able to get out of the welfare trap and provide an actual sustainable future for my little guy. So, thanks for tuning in, and, you know, thanks for, you know, continuing to care about how we're doing, and, you know, thanks for being here. God bless you, and I'll chat at you next time.